Alqubit, IT, as an expression of art.
Hello world, I'm back today because yesterday I have done my showing off of my real-time desqueezing of anamorphic look. This is anamorphic lens. I will prove that this anamorphic lens, it is absolutely anamorphic. What I want to add, this is a third use case. Yesterday I mentioned that I am able to reproduce 4K end-to-end natively from the camera inside OBS without upscaling, desqueezing, and going forward, and the result is this. What is the workflow of today? I'm having Sony cameras, only one, because anamorphic is for now only one. From the camera, 4K 422 signal, 10-bit, inside beautiful Intensity Pro. Inside Intensity Pro is 10-bit 4K natively, no upscaling. The signal is excellent, HDMI 15 meters, but it works only with old 8K cables. I'm using all my cables 8K HDMI. I have never had any issues of flipping, interrupting, issues with the signal. This is native 422 4K, and it is super beyond stable. Absolutely, 15 meters inside my this server here. That is my content creation server, HPE DL380G9, and it has 3 Blackmagic I/O device. This is with Intensity Pro because it is natively 4K. Limited Rec 709 and everything, and this is squeezed image that you can see. It is squeezed image on the origin, and everything is end-to-end. I have disabled the settings about the difference of the video. Before, here was base canvas 1080p and output scale resolution is 4K. Now is 4K 4K. One thing that I have discovered, and it continues to be in that way, I have validated today, it is more reliable and more stable locally as a computational system. If you set rescale out anyways, it works if you disable the upscaling, because it doesn't need to do the upscaling. But under streaming and recording, putting the rescale output anyways, even though it is already in 4K. The system is more reliable, more stable, and doesn't do any caching. And this is super duper validated even months ago. It works better when you force under output the rescale anyways, even though the origin of the canvas is 4K. I have no idea why. I have everything in the NVIDIA native hardware, recording and streaming, 10-bit both, but I'm using Tesla P4 and NVIDIA, both NVIDIA. Tesla P4 is server NVIDIA. That is, it is working. Let me show you that it is working. Where is here? You see, Tesla P4 a Quadro P4000. Even though they have some years behind, they are totally aligned with my. I have super fine-tuned, and this is only to show off that I can produce 4K end-to-end with my ridiculous bandwidth. If let's go, today I had a lot of issues with the internet connection. Let's hope that it keeps stable and doesn't go in crash and saturation. To show you that I can produce end-to-end anamorphic Desqueeze and it works perfectly anyways, and the signal is perfect. I have analyzed, not inside DaVinci Resolve to analyze every value, but I'm producing. If I generating through Atom Mini everything 1080 upscale that I'm recording here, and I'm producing those files here that are H.265 10 bits 4K anyways, because they are upscaled. Even though when it is native, somehow if you see the image, you cannot explain why, but it feels more coherent, more stable, and the colors are more coherent somehow. But there is no difference in the perception of the quality, except this thing that I have told you. Once it is streamed and online, even though inside VLC, you cannot tell the difference basically. Only the one, it somehow the generation of the triangles, it is like LED light, emitted light, and halogen that once is with solid base and the other is flickering, that you cannot see the flickering, but you feel that is there is something that is not natural. And recording and the streaming with the native image end-to-end 422 4K gives that perception of better quality, obviously. But the upscaling in the real 4K, even forcing 4K everything, you cannot tell actually the difference, except even if you play 1:1, it is absolutely slight difference. But if you see the image in real time, the recording is always compressed H.265, and I'm recording because I have fine-tuned in order to not accumulating caching. The recording is between 35 megabits per second and 75 megabits per second. It is hyperdeck, but in H.265. It's not mega. What I wanted to as observation, the perception of the quality and of the consistency of the color that is somehow relaxing is exactly as you when I am recording with this program that is Media Express, this one of Blackmagic. I'm recording when I'm recording directly in it switches constantly in QuickTime uncompressed TUV. Exactly the same perception I have of the consistency of the signal, of the movement of it has its consistency as it was uncompressed. The signal end-to-end 4K, it is actually less elaborated, even though the effect, the visual effect is almost identical. The computational thing that is done in the background, you cannot say what is it, but you feel it as a consistency of the image. And uncompressed TUV 10-bit is giving me exactly this consistency, that the colors are full, not better, not worse in the H.265, but somehow not with this consistency. And this will be very brief video, only to show you that it is absolutely end-to-end. This is the signal from the Sony camera, and directly without I'm injecting only the audio here with the SDI output of my Atem Mini, that is I'm playing from the let's repeat, with Atem Mini I am injecting the audio signal, that is this, and it is in SDI, and I don't have anything that is pointing to Atem Mini as a signal, video signal. I have only this image as a base. But it is perfect, 10-bit the same. The signal is perfect, but the camera is sending directly, because this thing is not 4K, and the Decklink Recorder HD is 10-bit, 1080p naturally. And this is the signal. This is from the camera, that is doesn't make any sense to have the audio, only noise producing, because you see that if I have disabled it, let's not go into crazy. But this is what I have done, and it is completely end-to-end. It is good thing to fine-tune and have, but obviously it is fragmentation of the workflow. You don't have the video switcher. I can do it with the thing here of OBS and Stream Deck, which is with one camera is more than enough. This is I'm using my emulated super source anyways, even with from that mini. That's why sometimes I'm going crazy, because it is fragmented. But the consistency of the signal, when I have the signal in 1080p and upscaling, I have here 8 milliseconds, 0.5. 4K directly without the process of upscaling is 10-11 milliseconds. And what other is happening? Arriving in 1080p and through Atem Mini and everything, it is delaying with another frame actually my live production, because I had to set to align the audio and video. I had to add another frame today. In 4K, I need to add here 80 milliseconds of the audio, because the video, it takes a little bit more time to elaborate in 4K, and it is arriving later. So the audio has anticipation of 2 frames, so I have to delete. In 1080p, arriving with 1 frame only of delay, and all the elaboration of upscaling I don't have to reduce with 2 frames, only with 1. And when I'm using as a serial connection my field monitor, I don't even have to add, because it is delaying by itself another frame, another 40 milliseconds, and it is aligned by itself by default. And this is basically all, because the image is consistent. I like I had some struggle in 4K, directly being connected directly to the acquisition of Blackmagic intensity, and it is a little worse as a signal, video signal, because it is it is more prosumer. The deck link is, and this is what I had to correct, because somehow I'm more yellowish, and if you use Elgato capture card, it is worst of the worst. So I had to compensate, micro adjustment, but not too much. So the line, when it is 1080p directly in Atem Mini, somehow the elaboration is done secondary inside Atem Mini. 1080p is slightly different, even as a signal probably from the camera, but the image is perfect. And I'm transmitting with this ridiculous 0.57.5 of my internet connection. Today was slower, even 2 megabits per second. It was impossible to produce anything. And this is end-to-end 4K camera signal for 15 meters HDMI or 8K cable in order to not have any disturbance in issues. And you go for sure every time. If you don't move the cables walking over them, they are forever stable. Those have 2.5 years, never had any issue, and everything is end-to-end. And my Anamorphic Desqueeze, let's show off even today. My signal is perfect, synchronized with those two frames, 80 milliseconds. Everything is as usual, and it is perfect. My use case number 3, but it is completely validated end-to-end, that is feasible, that is workable, that is at a level of broadcast, and the quality is beyond excellent. And this is all for today. I will see you the next time. Have a nice everything. I have discovered another thing that I can do. And thank you very much. We will see soon again. I will end with the music slowly. Thank you. See you again.